guys, I'm so excited for this vlog. Like, I'm so excited. I already basically did one the other day, but then I actually started like creating the ecosystem and I wanted to do it again because in the other vlog I was basically doing it when I was doing my skincare and I was kind of talking about like the different journals, and I just feel like I want to actually show you like a physical manifesto of them. So I'm really excited, and also I feel like I just yap and overshare in all my vlogs, and this one feels like I probably will do that because it wouldn't be a vlog if I didn't do that, but I just feel like this one is actually like about something, like it's got some substance. Okay, so in this one we're going to be talking about creating a journal ecosystem, and I have really enjoyed doing it the past few days. I've been in a really low place. I've kind of been like signed off work, like my mental health hasn't been great. I've basically been at like rock bottom, which is quite scary because I feel like when I was there before, it was like quite long ago. It was like when I was in my early 20s, and it was kind of inevitable for me to get there because I was just in really unhealthy places. Like I was dealing with a lot of grief, had like a close friend die every year from like when I was like 16 to like 21. So, and one of them was obviously my partner, so it was a lot, and I was doing like recreational substances or like abusing alcohol just to kind of like get through. And the way that I got out of that was by being like, okay, I was actually my little sister. Like I was like, I want to be someone who my little sister can like turn to and be proud of, and that completely made me change the direction of my life. And in that time, I guess I really focused on like getting to know who I was, getting to understand myself, and I did that a lot through journaling. And I feel like since my dad died, I've really lost the essence of that. And I feel like what made me in such a good place was being like, I understand myself and I can feel my feelings and I can move through them. And then when my dad died, I suddenly couldn't face any of my feelings and I couldn't move through them because they felt very painful. But when the system that you have created has been set up so the way that you feel good is by feeling your feelings and moving through them, and because I physically couldn't do that, it led me to a very dark place because it led me to the place that I was in before. And I feel like these were coping mechanisms that I learned to create so that I could exist and believe that I was worthy of existing. And not having that has really just made me be on like overdrive and just like consistently like burning out and just like not in a very good mental space. I do feel like since grief, it's very hard to feel your feelings. And when I was younger and I went through so much grief, I thought I knew grief like the back of my hand. Like I thought like I know this, I've done it so many times, like it's awful. But there is something in seeing a parent die where it is so different. Like no one prepares you for that, and it's a completely different feeling to any grief that I think I've ever felt. Grief is so different to everyone. And when I was younger, I also didn't face my feelings really. Like I just had these really bad coping mechanisms, and it was inevitable for me to fly off the rails. Like I ended up in hospital for 6 months. I went psychotic. Like it was like really bad, and I think like everyone kind of saw that coming. And like I can't drive my life off the rails anymore. I can't act as if I don't care because I have a great like group of friends. I have a great job. I am surrounded by so much love. Like I don't want to worry anyone. When I was younger, like I used to really worry people, and I can't do that anymore. So it's like you've got a life, like you deserve to live it, like let's live it. So it's really hard because I've been running on overdrive, and that's okay. So I think the beauty of like a journal ecosystem, when I was younger, like I used to genuinely, like I found some notebooks when I was like cleaning out my drawers and stuff, and I would really get to know myself. Like I had a bit more time back then because I was at uni, and it gave me time to like directly sit. But in this time that I've got off of work, then I can lean into that more and I can get to know and understand myself. So this is something that I've been really excited about. So this is my journal ecosystem, okay? It looks like a lot, but I think it's incredible. Like I have separated it into 2 different parts. So there's like active and inactive. So just be the thumbnail. So active and inactive. So my active journal ecosystems, and this can obviously, you can do this in any way that works to you. This is just what I've created over the past few days that I know works for me. And it's been really interesting because at first I was like, oh, I need to go out and get all of these journals that like match and do whatever. You can use journals that you've used before. This bottom journal, I started journaling in it when I was in 2021, and it's like my shadow work journal. So I would like sit with myself and ask myself a lot of like deep questions, and that's where I really understood and like got to know who I was and why the ways that I was reacting, where they came from. And I think that's so important. Like I think you're not in control of what happens to you, but you are in control of how you respond to it. And I think like you really need to navigate like where these feelings are coming from, because once you get to the root core of the issue, you can understand how to process and move forward. And for me, that's like so important. Like even yesterday I had this situation and I didn't realize I was feeling a certain way about it, but through talking with my friend and being honest about the situation, I could hear myself think, and I ended up saying something and I was like, oh, that's the root cause of the issue, like that's why I feel like that. And once you get to that acceptance, you can move through it instead of being scared of it and pushing it away. And also I didn't need to go out and buy new journals, because the page is there, the paper is waiting, like the paper's not going to change. So you don't have to go out and get loads of new things. Obviously if that feels really good for you, go out and do that, treat yourself, like it's fine, like do whatever looks great to you. But if you have stuff already, then try and use them up. So I'll show you the one. So I'd start off with one, so active and inactive. I might put a list of my like phone notes because I wrote it all on there, so I'll maybe put that up at like different points. So I'd start with the ones that are active. So the ones that are active are ones that I can use every day. These are like the ones that I go to and turn to. And for me personally, my active one is my everyday thought journal. And so for my everyday thought journal, there's like no questions, no pressure. I can just write down all of my thoughts. And I think like when I speak to a lot of my friends about this, they're like, oh, I'm scared of journaling because I don't know what to say. You don't have to put that pressure on. You can just generally write anything. There's like been these situations that have happened over the past few days and I've just genuinely wrote down how I felt, and it's felt like such a sense of relief. Or like you can just write, like I'll like wake up in the morning and I'll say like things like, I think this morning like my friend Fen, she got me an Easter egg, it was really cute, and I was like writing about that, and then I was saying about how it feels really nice because I'm letting the thoughts like flow through me instead of just like ignoring them and them coming up and attacking me. Like I'm actually letting them move through when I feel them. Like if I feel sad for a moment, I'm gonna feel sad. When I came back from coffee, I had like a bit of like a really deep sadness within me, and I sat outside and I just had a cigarette and I let myself feel really shit, and then I moved through it. I went and sat with my friend and I had a great time, and then at the end of the day I actually went to sleep really happy because I wasn't attaching myself to them feelings and emotions. And it doesn't have to mean anything like that. It can just be about your day at work, like whatever. Like just start and have no pressure, and then you'll continue writing. It's one of my favorite things, and I really regret not doing it like the past year, because I love looking back through like, so I have a notebook from 2024 and 2023, and I really love like when it's like, say today I could like look back at like the 2nd of April in 2023, and you can see your growth like physically, you can see it in front of you. And it's also really nice just to turn back through like a few pages and see how your thought process was then, and then like kind of see your own growth, I guess. I think it's really beautiful. So that's one that I would have every day. I advise writing in pink pen. If you don't like pink, that probably doesn't work for you. So this is like my everyday kind of thought journal, and I just write down. So I've been doing it for the past 3 days. I've been really scared of journaling recently. I don't know why I've been scared of my own feelings. But it's been so beautiful to get back into it, and it's really made me feel like a lot more present in myself, and it makes me just feel like more grounded and connected to who I am, which I think is like such a core part of being, like existing. I think the whole point of existing is just getting to know yourself and like feeling like you are enough. I don't know, there's probably more to that, but like I'm not too sure. But yeah, this feels really good. So for the past 2 days, and I have a journaling no lyrics playlist which I put on in the morning. I like light my candle, have my little Himalayan salt lamp. It feels really nice. It's like a little ritual. Have my coffee there, listen to like that little playlist, just let my thoughts go. It's a really like mindful moment. You don't even have to fill the whole page. You could just write what feels good to you. I do find that more often you end up writing more. And so I've been writing, so the past 2 days I've written, I've been writing on the front page and the back page, and it's felt really good and I really enjoy it. So this would be like your active journal. Your other active journal, this would be like your gratitude journal. So I used to do this when I was younger. I think it was at uni. I always used to have one next to my bed, and I would always write down before I went to sleep 5 things that I was grateful for, and it's really nice to look back on. It's really nice if you don't really feel that great as well, and you're then sat there and you can just look at little things that you're grateful for. This doesn't have to be like that. Some days I feel like gratitude will get you so far in life. I think if you're always grateful and you can always see the beauty in even like the mundane things, then you're winning at life. Because there's some mornings where I'm just like, I'm grateful to wake up, or I'm grateful to like have breath, or I'm grateful for like the way that the sunlight shines down on me. I found this picture of me, maybe I'll set it here, and it was like for my birthday like 2 years ago, and it was the first time a squirrel ever came up to me, and I remember I like didn't have any nuts or anything in my hand, but it came up and it was like, it like kissed my hand, which was really cute. And so I would like go home and write like, I'm really grateful for like how that made me feel, etc, etc. You can literally write anything. They can be like, great, I'm grateful for like my bedding. Like some days will be easier to do than others, but like really try and get yourself to do 5 things. I think it's just like such a beautiful thing, especially before you fall asleep. Kind of rewires like your programming to kind of be like, okay, like even if I've had like a hard or bad day, there has still been beauty in these moments. Like sometimes I would be like, I'm grateful from the smiles from strangers. Like it can be whatever you want it to be. So these are your 2 active journals. See, they kind of match, they're aligned, so cute. Although this one I did put my coffee on it and I kind of ruined it, but it's really cute. I also, this is niche and this is so to me, I can't write in a notebook that doesn't have thin lines. So if a notebook doesn't have thin lines for me, I won't use it. So definitely do like a notebook that does make you feel good. And then you would have your inactive. So these are ones that you don't have to go to every day, but they can still make you feel really good. So with my inactive journal, this is more like my witchy kind of spiritual journal. This was the one that I had from when I was like 2021, and I would like, so this was my shadow work journal at the time, but I'm going to kind of change it into like shadow work and like moon rituals. I used to be such a spiritual girl and it used to give me so much like sense of purpose and like maybe like a sense of peace, and like it's just really wholesome. And I think like I really did feel good, like the moon cycles. I'm not really like an astrology girly. One of my really close friends, I said that 11/11. One of my friends, she could tell you like the date and time that you're born. I mean, I love a co-star, I love to like see it, but I don't really know much about it, and I don't really know about other people's, but I would say I'm a moon girly. Like I love the moon so much. Again, couldn't tell you much about the moon, like all the complete phases, but I do love that basically like you can have a new moon and a full moon every month. They're in different signs. You can look into that further, but basically for me, I just take away that the new moon is like a really good time for like manifesting and calling in, and then the full moon is a really good time for like letting go and releasing, and that's why feelings will feel really heavy at that time. It's actually a Libra full moon today, and I do feel really good because I feel like all of these feelings have been heightened, but I have let them move through. Like it's scary to feel things, but it's so beautiful because you're human, you're here to feel, and feeling bad things isn't bad. Like you should feel a range of emotions, and I think when I feel bad, I'm very much like, oh no, like that's really awful, that's really sad. No, that's very human of me, and that's so beautiful. And like yeah, just being is so beautiful and full of those range of emotions, and we do have to let them pass. So shadow work I think is really good. I think a lot of people are like scared of getting to know their shadow. I think when I first heard about it when I was younger, I definitely was. It's like getting to the deep nitty-gritty and the things that are bad about you. I think there is nothing more attractive than someone who could admit their flaws and genuinely be like, I know that this is the reason why I'm being, but I'm working on it. Like I will be the first to admit that like there are sometimes where I get too angry in situations, but I know where it comes from, and I'm working on healing in that in the best way that I can. There's only so much work that you can do on your own. I say like I haven't been in a relationship for like since like my early 20s, which is like a long time. That's like 7 years, and I could do all of the work and all of whatever, but until like I'm seeing how I am like with a different person, that will also trigger different healing, and that will see how I grow. And that's the beauty of life. Like you're always growing and you're always changing and you're always like becoming a new version of yourself, and that's beautiful. And you need to not get stuck on the old version of yourself, but you do need to understand the old version of yourself. So shadow work is actually really good. I think don't be scared of it. I know it's like the dark sides of you, but like that's a beautiful thing to also understand, because that is a part of you. You shouldn't be scared of it. You should welcome it in. Like fear and anger and all these things mostly come from a sense of like they need you. Like they just need support and love and guidance. Like even with anxiety, like it's probably just because you need to like have some support there, and once you have that, then you can move through it. So yeah, I feel like here, this was from when I was like 2021. So I would like ask myself stuff like, do you often find yourself struggling to express your wants, needs, beliefs and or feelings in relationships? Do you find yourself repeating past experiences and I was so cute. What are some beliefs that are limiting to me? And it's really nice to look back on, because like I can look back at this now and be like, oh, like I've seen how much I've like grown and changed. Like here I'm so confused about my childhood and I'm really scared to dive deeper into it alone. I think I've dissociated from so much of it, whatever was going on, and I feel like a lot of that was fear. But yeah, so this is like letting things go and overthinking the situation, how I deal with that. These are like my core beliefs. You attract the energy you give. Oh. So this is actually really sweet, because there was a time where I felt so alone when I was at uni, and like my family like had kind of like cut me off, that I grew up with, and I wasn't really that close with like my mum. And here it says, what my core beliefs. It says, I promise you are never alone, like ever. Even if you physically you are alone, you're not. You have so much with you. The universe, all of the angels, the auras, energy, so much, and nature. Life will keep giving you the same lesson until you have learned it and truly learned it. You probably like yourself and not them. That's so funny. But like, this is so nice to look back on, like how beautiful, like that's like me at like 19. Like, I don't know, like that's really sweet. Like, and it's just really nice to look back on. So anyway, I feel like I'm rambling on. So this is like shadow work and like moon cycle. This is like my witchy spiritual journal. So this is something that like I can lean into if I want to do, like ask myself the hard questions. If you struggle of where to get those questions from, I can like create some and leave them in the bio or like whatever, or like, I don't know, message me on Insta. I'm literally not bothered, I will send you some. But you can also go on Pinterest, and that is a really good place to start. There you can do like easy ones, or like beginner, like medium. And I think it's really nice, like it's really nice to like go to a coffee shop and sit, but I feel like sometimes if you're just digging up stuff from like your past, it could feel quite heavy. So like light a candle, light like your incense, and just make the vibe really safe for yourself to exist there. But yes, I'm definitely going to also add into my shadow work, I'm going to do like the moon rituals and the moon cycles. So it's really nice to look back on, and it will also keep my affirmations like in a safe place. So that's one that's inactive. I then have my junk journal. So this is more so that I can have a kind of visual outlook of who I am and the person that I am, and I can see it like visually. I haven't actually done that much in this one yet. I did actually just sit in my garden, and it was so beautiful. The sun was shining, and I just wrote a letter to like my future self, because I've done like the first page. So I did the first page like here, and I've got some time, so I'm gonna like do like a little spread here, and then I'm gonna put like a letter sorry. So I'm gonna put like a letter to myself here. Like 3 years ago, I like did a letter to myself for like the beginning of the year, and it was really beautiful. Like I found it when I was moving out, and it's just such a nice thing to look back on. And normally when I write like a letter to like my future self, it's normally based on like things that I would have wanted in like my career or like my goals. And then this one, I think because I've been in such a bad space at the moment, it's kind of more like, I hope that you remember this, or I hope that you like are feeling like loved and safe and seen, and I hope that you'll make, like, it was more like how you are feeling and little reminders for if you're in that place. I basically realized that a lot of what I'm struggling with recently is I'm also not only grieving my dad, I'm grieving the version of myself that I was before I lost him. And I think I had so much awe and so much love and so much passion, and I was so connected to like the magic of the world, which cringe, but like it made me feel good. And I lost that, and I think when I lost that, I lost a massive sense of myself. And I think like in this letter that I wrote to like my future self, I was basically kind of explaining that it's okay, like I hope that you've got that magic and awe back, like I hope you've got that passion and that love, and I hope that you've got it back because like you deserve it, and it's what makes you feel really good. And like I'm really excited to figure out who future me is. Like it won't be the same me, but it will be a new me, and that's a really beautiful process of becoming, and I'm accepting that and leaning into it now, which is really beautiful. So yeah, this is like more of a junk journal one. I also like things that like make me happy, like books. I love making like Spotify playlists. Like at the moment, like I've made one like every month. I love doing like the cover art, writing like the little description of like how it makes me feel, and like just having these like I made like her son came around and we watched the Hannah Montana like thing, and then after that I just made like a girlhood playlist, and it was like for my younger self, and then the next morning I like danced around my room. So but that's all like not physical. I would like, so when I'm older I would love to have something back to look back on and be like, these were like my favorite songs of the month, or like these were my favorite books that I read this month. And like, or even like if I'm having like a day out, I love taking like all of the little things from places, and like I can actually like junk journal it. So this is more of to have like a physical representation of some physical media to get to know myself and understand myself, and when I'm older I will have something back to look back on. I feel like I'm repeating words, to look back on, and it will be a really beautiful like kind of memory. Also, I love these notebooks. How gorgina is that? Stunning. Really expensive though, it was like £30. Won't be doing that again. Then I have, this is more like my manifestation journal. So this is something that I can, so say like I'm writing a journal entry, I would not write it in my everyday journal. If I was writing a journal entry in this notebook, then I would write it as if I've already lived out the perfect day. Like I would write it as if I'm living my dream life, so that my brain, when I read it, can get used to the feelings of it. Like I feel like manifesting, I remember when I was told that I had no mind's eye and I couldn't visualize, I was like, crystals, done. Universe, done. Like there's no point in any of this, because every single book about manifesting is like you have to visualize your future. I can't visualize. I've got no mind's eye. Like it's just black all the time. It's really tragic, and it made me really sad. I was depressed for like a good 6 months. It made me so sad. But when I actually think about it, like manifestation is feeling the feelings of it, because once you feel the feelings, then you can attract the frequency that you align with. And yeah, so I think I need to, this would be more of like being like, oh, this was my ideal day and this is how it made me feel, and really aligning with the feelings of it, and just having an intentional time with the dream life that I desire and calling it in, because your dream life is already there. Like it's not far away. The reason that you're feeling like you can do all of these things is because there's a version of you that is already doing it. And I think it's just like reconnecting with that person and like showing the universe that you're ready. And then when you're on the same frequency and you're on the same alignment, these things will come to you. Like they just flow. There's no choice but to flow, you know? So this is my thing. I actually started this morning, and because I also want it to be something where I look back if I'm having like a hard time, like if there's some things I'm going through and I'm not really having that good day, I want like some things for myself that make me feel good. So this morning I started writing in it. Oh, that's just a letter that I wrote to my future self. How cute. I did like 2 little pages. Really sweet. I'm really excited to put it in an envelope and make like a little spread on it. But yeah, so I started this morning. This is quite nice actually, because it's got like different sections, and in different sections I can maybe do different things. So maybe in like this section I can do like the journal entries as if I'm manifesting my dream life, and then in this section here I just started and did like things to do to realign. So if I'm in a bad space, I can have something to turn to, and I can be like, oh, I do know that these things make me feel really good. These are things that I know have made me feel good for literally years, and I can just add on to them when things make me feel good, and I can just like look back to this when I'm in a bad place. I think it's nice because it's like you're showing that you are your own support system. I'm very big on I'm the only person I ever need. I obviously love everyone around me, but like you are the person that is with you from the day that you were born till the day that you die. The most important relationship that you'll ever create is with yourself. So I need to get that one back, and I know that these things help do it. So this, my first one is, there's an Abraham Hicks morning rampage, and I used to listen to it every day when I went to uni, and it started my day off so well. I would listen to it when I was like in the shower, and it just makes me feel so good. Like it reframes like my thought patterns of the day. It's literally 10 minutes. Like you can do it when you're getting ready, and I don't really turn to it unless I'm in a really bad place, but I should get back into the habit of kind of doing it every day. Obviously it ebbs and flows, like not every day needs to be like a full routine, but I do know that that makes me feel good. So maybe once a week I should intentionally start my week off on a Monday, like doing that or something. And then like other ones are like, be intentional in the shower, wash away all of the negative emotions, and actually be present. So I remember when I came out of my psychosis, I was on this really strong medication. I was basically on medication for bipolar, and it was a really high dose. It was like 500 milligrams, and I can yap for days. Like, I mean, look at me, this has already been 23 minutes, and I physically took it and like didn't speak. And I remember it was like awful. So I came off the medication myself, and obviously like it took me like a year, but like I came off it myself. And I remember the way, this is why I'm so set on having a sleep tea every night, because I used to have really bad insomnia before that, and then obviously the medication just knocked me out. So that's why I would always have a sleep tea, and everyone can say it's placebo, but I've generally had like a mint tea before bed. I haven't slept, so I just have to, and that's why I have my sleep sounds. If I have to have a sleep tea at night and have my sleep sounds, like I can't, it's non-negotiable. But I remember at that time I would be so fixed on like how I was feeling, and like I would try and really like, whenever I was in the shower, I remember every single time I would like wash my body, be so intentional, and I would like wash away all of the feelings. So like if I had a loofah, like I would just like scrub it, and then I would like stand there and intentionally be like, I'm washing away all of the negative feelings. And I feel like water is really powerful. I can't remember like if there's like a water signs and it's like a new moon or a full moon, it's a really good time to like have baths and have showers and like intentionally let the water like wash the feelings away. And I don't know, it's just like peace of mind. It just feels really good, but I know that that does make me feel good, so that's something that I can turn to. I love incense so much. Like I got some cinnamon incense and it's gorgina, like it's so good. I forget why I don't like incense, like every night is so beautiful. Like light my incense and say, negative energy may not stay, I release it and send it on its way, positive feelings alone come near, all others wither and disappear. And like do it actually around my room, because that feels really good and I feel protected and I feel like I'm just connected to something that's like higher than I feel like I'm connected to my higher self. And this is going to sound really egotistical, but like sometimes I do just think like you are literally the universe experience in itself. Like you're so powerful, and like I think you just need to connect to your higher self again. And that is like a cute little thing that I know makes me feel really good. I feel really cleansed afterwards, and it's like a nice, that is ingrained in my brain. Like I will just say it anyway. I remember at my birthday, it was really sweet. I don't normally do things for my birthday, I kind of hate them. And this summer, well, last summer, for my birthday, all of my friends came to Vassy. It was so beautiful. There was like 20 of us. We had like a picnic. It was so cute. Like all my friends were meeting, and then I brought like my smudge, and like they were all like, can you like cleanse me? So I just went around and like cleansed everyone with my smudge. Oh, it makes me so happy. It was so cute. But like that's always the thing that I say. Like it's just ingrained in my brain from like 5 years ago. And then it's like express to a friend that you need them to hold space for you. Vlog. I realised yesterday that I was going through something, and then I vlogged it out and I was like, I'm fine afterwards. You do just need to talk about things. But yeah, anyway, so this is kind of like a manifestation. I don't know what I'm going to call this one. I think a manifestation journal, because it's like manifesting my future life, but also like things that make me feel good. So you can like mix and match them. This is it's not got nothing inside. This is going to be my poems journal. So this is something that when I go on Pinterest, I find loads of like little like signs. Like I haven't had any social media for 3 weeks now, so it's been really nice where I've gone on Pinterest and I've been like, whatever like thing is on here this morning is like a message that I need to see, and it feels really good and it feels really aligned, and I save them into like my pinned folder. However, I'm not looking back through that pinned folder when I'm having a bad time, because I don't really want to be on my phone. So I think it will be really nice to have an actual physical outlook again of just like things that make me really happy and things that make me feel good. And also I think it's really nice if I don't just like print them out, like I set aside like some time in like the evening and actually sit there for 10 minutes and like write some out that actually feel good, and it just feels like I'm being more present. And it will make me like off my phone regardless. My phone will be there to like read it off and like write it down, but I just think the action of like writing it and actually having it, and then say like I'm having a bad day, I can just like flick to a page and then be like, oh, this is like a message that I needed to hear right now, which is really beautiful. And obviously some of them I can print out, I can like doodle and colour. This is a really cute notebook because it's a plain page, so I can just like doodle on it, draw on it, throw it in my bag, like take it out whenever, and it's less pressure than having like my everyday thought journal, because I don't want to put loads of things in that isn't aligned with just my everyday thoughts. So I think that would be a really beautiful thing. This is genuinely my most like sentimental thing in the whole world. Like if someone took these, I would like, I couldn't live. Not to be dramatic, they are my favorite things in the whole world. And this is like not really a journal. These are my notes from strangers. So this is really beautiful because I think you have so much to learn from strangers. I hate how disconnected we are. I love just speaking to people and not having anything to gain from it, just having like conversations. And like even earlier, me and Elizabeth, we were in Uniqlo and this girl was trying on some brown barrel pants, and she wasn't really sure how they are, and obviously I saw her and her mum, and I was like, them barrel pants look so good on you. I was like, because she was worried that they were a bit short at the bottom. I was like, I had this exact same thing. Like I felt like they were shorter at the bottom and it annoyed me because I couldn't wear them with my wallabies, but I was like, they honestly go with everything. They're so easy to throw on, like they're really comfy, and although they're shorter, like they do still look really good. And I was like, they look really good on you. And then Elizabeth said she looked like a skater girl, and her mum was just like, you do not know how much she needed to hear that today. Like, I'm really grateful. And I was just like, oh, human connection. Like, I love it. And it was just so sweet and it was so lovely. I didn't have my notebook, otherwise I would have been like, that's great, write in my notebook. But it was really fun, and this is my favourite thing in the whole world. So the intention when I started this was just to get notes from strangers. Like I just wanted to kind of get over the fear of talking to people in public. I always remember when I was on a train, and it was really nice because I got to show my sister that she obviously sees me as this very confident, like outgoing like person who's not really scared of that many things, and then I was scared to ask this woman on the train, but we had kind of spoken to her on the platform, but I didn't want to like ask her when I was like sat down, but I did. But she saw, it was really nice for my sister to see that I did still get anxious and I was worried, but then it was a really nice outcome. She wrote a really lovely note, but it took me 20 minutes to ask her, and that was a really nice moment. But it's so lovely, and it's one of my favorite things because I've taken it on holiday and there are like 3 different languages in here. It's such a beautiful thing if you're like going on a trip. I think it's more sentimental than like any like souvenir that you can get. Like we would give it to like taxi drivers, and then the thing with a notebook is you can't read the note until you're at home. Like you can't read it in front of the person, you can't read it, you just like have to get them to write in it, let them know that you're not going to read it, and then read it in your own time. And it's just such a beautiful thing. I think, yeah, you've got so much to learn from strangers. They're like my favorite thing ever. And the other day I actually did it when I was with my friend Elena. We were charity shopping, and even like people that were there, it's obviously also a very good way to like be interactive on like nights out. Like I made such good queer friends from this notebook. Like I took it to like queer events that I went to, and it was such like a good like conversation starter, and it like made it really easy to talk to people, and I love that. And no one has said no. That's a lie. One person said no, an old lady on the tube, and I just thought maybe she shouldn't hear me properly because there's no way he said no to me. I'm like, what? But yeah, so that's my little journal ecosystem. If you start notes from strangers, quote me, because I feel like I should pattern it. No, just do it. It's so fun. Like it's so good. So yeah, this is my ecosystem. It's made me feel really, I'm really excited to put the little letter and like do that in scrapbook. It's also just being physical. Like I was writing earlier and I wrote one page and I was like, oh my God, my hand hurts. That's so immature. Like I'm literally like 27, like are you good? And like I can't have my hand hurting when I'm writing one page, so I need to get into like writing and doing things with my hands more instead of like tap 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 tap. So yeah, obviously you can do whatever ecosystem works well for you. These are just what I have figured out, things that I've done before and how I can incorporate them in new ways. Like the shadow work, that was always just shadow work, and now I can incorporate it into like moon cycles and stuff like that. You can do whatever works for you. I know like a lot of people would also have like a journal for like daily tasks and like lists. Not me. I don't ever write a list. I don't even like do a list when I'm like food shopping. I probably should. I'm just not very organized like that. But yeah, this is my little ecosystem and that was really fun. Did you have fun? I had so much fun doing that. Wait, it also like I feel like it just brings a lot of joy. It's brought me a lot of joy the past few days, which is really beautiful. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. And also I think you should get a pink Bic pen because they're my favorite pens to write in ever. I would not leave the house without a pink Bic pen. So this is my ecosystem. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Oh, it's so hefty and heavy. Kind of feels good. That can be my weights. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you create whatever like journals or stuff that you like create, let me know. But like actually let me know because I'm really intrigued. Like I want to figure out how I can like create more. I think I'm going to stick with these ones, but definitely do the active and inactive. Like definitely do them ones. I know also people have like the ones where like I have these planners where it's like you can get ones if you feel like you don't know how to start off. All of these are empty, like none of these have prompts. You can have like ones where you have prompts. I have this like mindfulness like planner, and it kind of like you get into the stage of being like, what are you grateful for today? How did this make you feel? And that's a really nice place to start. But I feel like I don't want to answer them questions every day, so they don't personally work for me, but they could definitely work for you, and definitely try them. And like, yeah, let me know how you get on. Thank you so much.